decision maker. All right. There's some stuff going on with Russia that's super important, but I want to jump to number 11, please. Ghislaine Maxwell was moved from her relatively secure prison in Florida. This is a New York Sun broke this exclusive to a minimum security prison in Texas. Now, this happened on a Friday. Her lawyers confirmed that it happened. Her lawyers wouldn't say why. And the government will not say why. The Justice Department runs the Bureau of Prisons. They won't say why. They're not responding. It seems weird that they would do this and not say why. Presumably, eventually, we'll know why. My friend Jessica Reed Krause on her Substack has the best reporting I've seen on sort of how the people in the prisons are reacting to this. I recommend that to you. So, Selena, you're a reporter. You like information and explanation and clarity. Doesn't it seem odd to you that this woman would be transferred to a minimum security prison and there's no, she's much in the news with no explanation? Does that seem odd to you?
Yeah, of course it seems odd. This is, this is the woman in the center of the whole Epstein saga. So, why we don't know anything is interesting at best. However, that doesn't mean it's not coming in short order. I can't imagine you letting that linger out for days, right? Without addressing it in some sort of definitive way. Because the one thing that you don't, then all the news has been talking about Epstein.
Yeah.
So you don't want to continue that conversation.
Yeah.
So I would expect that we would have an answer sooner rather than later.
Yeah, although it's August and it's a Friday night, and clearly, I mean, if this were sane and rational and there wasn't some monkey business here, they've moved a convicted sex offender to a minimum security prison, as I've read about it today. I don't know if this is true. She didn't belong in a minimum security prison. And Jessica Reed Krause suggests that the people in the minimum security prison are not happy that she's there. That's Jessica's reporting, I believe. I read it quickly, but I think that's true, that part. And again, I'll just say, whatever the explanation, and maybe there's a great explanation that would satisfy us all, whatever it is, as a reporter and as a citizen and as someone always putting the victims of Maxwell and Epstein front and center, because some of the families are upset. I just find this abhorrent that they would do this and not explain it. Like, obviously they didn't move her like spur of the moment. It wasn't like, somebody in the Texas prison said, "Hey, I just got off the phone with my friend in the Florida prison. Just got off my friend with Texas. Let's get a flight." Like, I don't know, flying her there is a whole thing. So they had time, and they should have explained it. There should have been not just a press release. There should have been a press conference with the Attorney General or the head of the Bureau of Prisons, and they should have explained, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And I'll say, to state, Selena, I'm the master of the obvious, as you know, this case does not lack for lack of transparency. It does not lack for conspiracy theories. It does not lack for unorthodox conduct by government officials, seemingly to favor Epstein and Maxwell over many years. So to add to the list of things that people are going to scratch their heads about and say, what is up with this? To add to that at this point in the story is just, it's silly and stupid, but it's not good government.
Yeah,
Selena.
I would agree with everything that you said. Look, as people have been talking about Epstein and, sort of saying how much it matters, what about these files, I would say a couple of things. That rollout with binders was dumb. That it's the most important issue to voters. It's not. In fact, it falls far below the surface. Even CNN's polling showed that. However, this is weird.
Yeah.
And so I would love to believe that this is going to be answered in quick order.
Yeah.
And it has to be. It has to be.
And just to be clear, as I understand it, the information came initially from prison officials who leaked it anonymously. And then it's been confirmed on the record by her lawyer, who refused to say why. But this does not sit well with me, and I'm sure with many others. And again, it doesn't sit well with the families of some of the victims or alleged
Sure.
victims.